Hello, soulmates. Welcome to the Honest Fashion Academy. My name is Justice. So, in this video, we're going to be making this beautiful design you saw using the dart manipulation technique. So, here I have my basic bodies, the bust and the darts, the waist dart and the bust dart. This pattern is opened up like the full front bodice. Okay, so from this full front, we are going to connect it to the neckline or transfer all the darts to the neckline and then construct our style lines. So you can choose to reduce the neckline if you don't want it as a basic neckline the way it is, but it shouldn't go down so much. It's just your choice to mark the type of neckline you want. So from the center of the neckline, we're making 3 dots, right? If you're using a big bodice, like ½ inch in between the 3 dots where we're going to be slashing to connect, transfer our darts. Just watch the video carefully. So from the last point, we're going to connect to the dart point, to a bust point. That is the bust apex, right? So after you have connected this way, we're going to slash the darts. It's just a connection. We're going to slash the darts and then transfer it to these new lines. So the transfer is not that difficult. You first of all cut open the area you want to transfer the dart before closing up the dart. So in this case, you're going to see how to close up that and transfer it to another position. I guess you're learning something from this video. And if you are really learning something, or if it's interesting to you, please kindly subscribe to this channel and give it a thumbs up, share it, and like it. Just carefully watch this video and you're really going to enjoy it. In case you do not know how the style is made, this is exactly how it is made. So we've transferred one dart. You can see that it has really transferred to another. We've closed another leg. The space is getting wider and wider. Okay, that is just how to transfer your dart from one position to another position. And we're also going to transfer this part. Everything is going to the upper parts. Here you can see it's opening, and then we'll cut open this other side and everything is transferred to the neckline. So from here now, the 3 dots that we marked at the up, we're going to slash these lines. We're going to slash lines from the 3 dots up. I hope the explanation is understandable, and of course the video is quite understandable. So while you watch and listen, you're definitely going to understand what we're talking about. So slashing, marking out or slashing out, whichever way. So the closing is just so the lines will be in uniform because we're going to be slashing the 2 parts. It's just so it's going to be in uniform rather than doing it one at a time. So you slash but don't cut through, like don't cut the entire paper out. Keep something that can hold the paper together, right? And then we'll cut the other part open. Now we're going to open it up here, and then for us to transfer all of this, it will be difficult to place this on the fabric directly the way it is. So we need to transfer it to a plain paper as it is wide open, and it will be easier for us to place it on our fabric and cut. So we spread it open. Now you need to make sure that the lines in between the openings, the measurements in between the openings are exactly what will be on the other part. What is on the right hand side should be what is on the left hand side, so that we'll not have differences in them matching up. I hope you understand that. Then we're going to trim it out. Above the slashes, we're going to make 1 inch curve above the paper. Okay, above the paper, and then we'll trim it off. We're going to trim it just the way it is in the video. Both the armhole and every other part that is not part of what we are doing, we're going to trim them off. Pattern drafting, that manipulation in pattern drafting is an interesting part of pattern making, pattern drafting or pattern making or clothes making, whichever way you understand it. It's just a very interesting part that everyone should try to understand. You can create any design of your choice, any style of your choice, and come up with something very, 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 very beautiful. If you've not still subscribed to this channel, please kindly do so, as we will be bringing you different designs made with that manipulation. And of course, I need to let you know that we're having a shirt masterclass in this month of August. Of course, the videos are ready. If you need to join this class, kindly chat me up. My WhatsApp link is in the description box, and right away you get into the class. So we're going to be folding it like this, using the excesses that are in between. You can see the way I'm folding it. You place it over to the next line. Make sure you carefully hold it, and at the lower part you don't need to fold the lower part. We need it to be exactly our measurement. I hope you understand that. So we're going to do this and stop at the middle. No matter how difficult it may be, try as much as possible. That is because it is the bust area, so it might not be that easy for you to fold it and not run off to nothing at the lower part. So we're going to trim the little excess there because we gave it 1 inch above. We trim the little excess there and then turn over to the other side and start folding it also. It requires patience for you to create something wonderful and beautiful. If you do not have patience in fashion designing, it's gonna be difficult for you to achieve something very unique. Please do well to subscribe to this channel and like our video, make a comment on whatever it is that you want to talk about. Just make a comment, like it, share it. Talk about this channel to your friends, fashion lovers, fashionistas, and together we're going to make something great. Make sure you hold what you're folding over at the paper underneath. Okay, so we're going to trim off the other parts too. Good. we have a little opening in between, and of course when we transfer to our fabric we're going to close it up. You can see the way it is. Now one thing about this dart manipulation is that it's still going to give you the shape that you like, the shape that is good, and still give you a very nice design. It maintains your shape. So we have transferred this to our fabric, not just on paper. The same way you placed on paper and folded, that is the same way you're going to place on the fabric and fold it over. So now we're going to, as you fold it over, you iron it. Okay, you place on the fabric. Of course the paper was opened like wide the way it is, then placed on the fabric and still folded over and iron. The iron will now give you your style lines that you can quickly fold it the way I'm doing and then run your stitches. You can see the way it is. So as you go, you iron. The ironing is very important at this point. If you don't iron, it will be difficult for you to create the designs. You can see the way it's going quickly. So here we're going to close it at the opening there. We're going to close it and then run a design on top. You can use an applique, you can use a bead, you can use whatever to cover the rough edges, or you can just use a fabric, a small fabric to cover it open. You can see the way it is, and then we'll sew it behind like so. Good. And then we can just place something on top of this to cover the sewing. So this is a miniature. There was nothing that is used to cover it as in the picture. Do you like this? Thank you for watching.